When HeartMatch, a discreet dating app for high-profile users, was hacked, the internet exploded. Overnight, private messages, explicit photos, and secret affairs of over 30,000 users flooded social media. Careers crumbled. Marriages ended. Lawsuits piled up. But none of that shook Congressman Daniel Hawthorne. He sat alone in his D.C. office at midnight, staring at a single leaked message, one that hadn't gone viral yet, but had landed in his encrypted inbox 15 minutes earlier. From unknown. Subject, remember me? Attached was a chat log from HeartMatch. A string of flirty texts exchanged 5 years ago with a user named Lila_89, and a photo of a young woman with stormy gray eyes, half smiling in a dimly lit bar. Daniel's hands trembled. He remembered, and he wished to God he didn't. By 2 a.m., Daniel had summoned Marcus Vance, Washington's most expensive fixer. Vance flipped through the printouts, impassive. You want me to clean up a dating app leak? You're one of hundreds. This'll blow over. Daniel leaned forward. This hacker isn't after exposure. They sent this to me, directly, and no one else. Vance gave a slow, sharp look. Who's the girl? Daniel hesitated. An intern. 5 years ago. We met once. That's all. Vance smirked without humor. Does your wife know? No, his jaw clenched. And she never will. What happened to the girl? Daniel's silence was the answer. Within hours, Vance scrubbed Daniel's profile from the leaked data, bribed moderators, silenced blogs, and even planted a few fake scandals to bury the trail. It didn't work. The next night, Daniel's personal cell buzzed with a private number. A voice spoke, soft, young, female. You took everything from me. My career, my future, my choice. Daniel froze. Lila, you thought it would disappear, the voice whispered. You thought I would disappear. Vance traced the call in under 5 minutes. The address led them to a tiny apartment outside Baltimore. Inside, they found nothing but an old laptop, still logged into a dummy account called Ghost Lila, and a single envelope taped to the screen. Inside was a photo Daniel hadn't seen before. Him, standing over a girl's unconscious body in a hotel room, looking straight at the camera. On the back, a single line. Delete this. Daniel spun into damage control. Vance pulled every string, blackmail, hacking, even fake suicide notes, trying to frame someone, anyone, for this ghost haunting them. But every time they tried, another leak appeared. A campaign donor's affair, a senator's bribes, a judge's hidden offshore account. The HeartMatch hacker wasn't going after Daniel alone. They were unraveling the entire corrupt circle Daniel belonged to, one leak at a time. And with every revelation, Daniel's name edged closer to the top of the list. By the time Daniel realized who Ghost Lila really was, it was too late. She wasn't a jilted lover. She wasn't even alive. She was the sister of the intern, the real Lila, who died of an overdose after Daniel assaulted her 5 years ago. A case no one investigated. A file that vanished under Daniel's orders. The sister had waited, watched, learned to hack. And now, she was burning it all down. On the night Daniel's own video leaked, confession, bribes, threats, Vance disappeared without a trace. His wife filed for divorce. His political party renounced him. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of the internet, a new post went viral. For Lila, and for every secret they thought they buried. Daniel was right about one thing. It was never about money. It was about justice. The kind you can't delete. Daniel Hawthorne watched the clip on his office television. The very office where he once signed off on laws, shook hands with billionaires, and laughed behind closed doors. Now, the video played on every news station. Him, in full color, his voice unmistakable. No one will believe her. She was drunk. She wanted it. Bury it. Daniel slammed the remote down. The screen cracked. His phone buzzed again. Unknown number. You'll resign by morning. Or I'll release the footage from the hotel hallway too. By dawn, Daniel issued a public statement. Resignation. Apology. Claims of seeking help and reflection. The internet didn't buy it. Protesters flooded outside his townhouse. His wife moved out with the children before noon. But Daniel still clung to a shred of hope Vance would find her, shut her down, until he found Vance's body instead. Baltimore PD called it an overdose. Daniel knew better. On Vance's wrist in black ink was scrawled a phrase, "Some stains never wash off." The same phrase that now topped trending hashtags around the world. The fall of Daniel Hawthorne wasn't a scandal. It was a movement. As more politicians, CEOs, and judges fell, whispers grew of the Ghost Network, an anonymous group dedicated to exposing hidden crimes, corrupt power, and untouchable predators. Every leak signed off with the same message. For Lila, 1 year later, in a Brooklyn cafe, a young woman with storm gray eyes sipped coffee, scrolling to the latest expose on her tablet. A quiet smile touched her lips as she read the headline. Ex-Senator Hawthorne indicted on federal charges. New evidence surfaces in assault case. She paid her bill, slipped on a leather jacket, and disappeared into the crowd. Her phone buzzed. Incoming message, GhostNet channel. Ready for the next? She typed one word. Always. Daniel once believed secrets could be buried. But ghosts don't stay dead. And some justice demands a reckoning, one powerful man at a time. Daniel Hawthorne spent his final days not in a courtroom, but in a 10-by-10 federal holding cell, awaiting trial for crimes he thought he'd buried with bribes and threats. No fixer, no wife, no career. Just the sound of the news on a flickering TV in the hallway. Another politician arrested. Another hidden victim stepping forward. The world Daniel once ruled now hunted men like him. Outside, the movement thrived. They never named themselves. The media called them the Ghost Network. Their message echoed louder than Daniel's legacy ever had. Some stains never wash off. For Lila, for them all. And somewhere in the heartbeat of the city, the woman with storm gray eyes logged off. Her mission wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about change. And it was far from over.